Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I'll make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. I'm in fact MKT himself. Now, a lot of people saying, why are you late? I did receive a message saying, was it because James's car didn't start again? Now, I wasn't going to say it, but people are saying that, James. People are invested in who you are. That James is here. I mean, guy's a machine. There he is. That's Jimbo. I mean, James, I'm not going to let you take the blame for this one. We do live in a country where load shedding is a very real thing, and it is making it very dynamic for any environment, whether with a UPS or not. It is incredibly dynamic. Anyway, we are here. It is the beauty of digital. I think we've got a comment though with somebody saying that that the show is actually programmed into their lives, which I do enjoy. But I'm not going to apologize. It is what it is. We did try and start at 1 o'clock when we said we would. But hey, you live in Africa, you got to stay nimble on your feet. And Yonda Ndegi says, Mr. Petty X, we should also fine you for being late. We book these sessions in a crazy mess, in our crazy messed up lives, and 1223 still waiting on you. How will our minds be okay if we don't see the best sports show? Now that's a man who is 6,000 Rand down. He has paid his debts. He's saying anything that goes negative financially in my life, I think he agrees with at this stage. James is still very much in the bargaining acceptance, and he hasn't gotten to acceptance yet. Probably still angry. A man with me is, I don't know if he's angry. Like, I don't know what your mental state is. You were quite busy this morning, so I don't know where you are spiritually, emotionally. But in terms of the physical side of life, you look good today. I don't know. Somebody said, I'm send the same bar of sunlight that you use to wash your face because you look good. So Senzo Steb is with me, ladies and gentlemen, and I got to tell you, what is it? Are you back on that sunlight? What are you using for your face, Senzo? Come on.
I'm drinking water, bro.
How much?
Quite a bit.
Hydrate, man.
It's hot in the kitchen. It's hot.
Not for Senzo. He's hydrating.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minding my own business, drinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show must go on.
What you got to say to me, Senzo? What's happening in just in general?
Hey, bro, a lot's on the go, but it's good. It's keeping me on my toes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crunch time now.
It is crunch time.
Every day is a day of reckoning.
The great Nick Saban.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? And he's got what, 7 national championships?
But I can imagine all of us, have a lot going on. So, we have to keep going. We have to
it's a tough
keep
time.
It moving like a drive-by, as they say.
They do keep it moving like a drive. Listen, it's a tough time for most people because we build our lives in a certain way. And it's the third year in a row now where to most people, December means off. But hey, economically, we've all been hit. Like, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you're from that echelon of money. Hey, people have been hit. As long as we can make them kind of laugh and smile for 2 hours a day,
yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
And then we keep going, my man.
Sensitive is, yeah. So, I don't know. Senzo's still in, he's saying, I didn't use sunlight. I'm just hydrating. So, I have had a message saying I want the sunlight that Senzo's using, but your skin is looking great. Good for you, Senzo. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep hydrating with whatever that Italian water is that you've imported. Now, a guy called Ryan Tinline is not with us. He is living his best life using, I think, paper straws, or not paper straws, whatever the other ones are that save the turtles, because he says there's turtles by the sea, which is, hey, that's an awesome thing. What are we talking about? Huge day in sport. Like, huge day in football. Obviously, Liverpool losing to West Ham. As though James needed his weekend to get any worse. Arsenal, are they saved? I'll tell you my thoughts on Arteta and where they are. And then, wow, news just in. A person who looks like a 13-year-old boarding school child who's just been dropped off by their mum is the coach of Newcastle Football Club. Hey?
Their mummy.
Doesn't he look like the type
he
of guy?
He does.
Mum, what's for supper?
I don't think that guy's ever put a razor to his face.
Amanda Staveley looks like she could be
his mother.
No, like the hot mom who's got the 13-year-old son. Like every day, just dropping her son off to be the coach.
It's not that Amanda Staveley's ugly or whatever. It's just that I get why people find her attractive. It's that there's something.
No, she used to be a model. I mean, dude, she's good looking. Like,
no, she is good looking.
She's got your.
But also, she's got that thing of like.
No, she's a Bond villain.
Yeah, she'll tree you up and spit you out for breakfast, boy.
She is a Bond villain.
So, yeah.
Hey, Eddie Howe in the mix. Well, we'll tell you what that looks like for them, and then of course we'll get into social media. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to the MKT Show. Otherwise, please do make sure to catch the podcast, cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Spotify, or wherever you may get your podcast. All right, as you can hear, packed show, plenty coming up on the other side. Welcome back to a show that may or may not have affected a big movie house's Twitter account yesterday.
You're not going to let us forget about that, eh?
What's the story?
Nah, you're not going to ever.
No, what are you talking about?
No, it's okay, bro.
Well, no, but people don't know now. I wasn't going to make it a thing.
No, you definitely made it a thing.
Okay, but what are you saying now? Well, not let you forget about what?
Oh, bro, come on.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
We must plug other people. No, let's go. I'll give you.
So you don't have to say the movie house itself.
No, okay. Ever since somebody's certain impression of a certain leading lady.
Yeah.
A certain big movie house people that are in charge with distributing movies to the public.
Yeah.
They started following him and they changed their header.
Yeah.
And now someone's big time. They're about to ditch us and go to Tinseltown, as they say.
Well, I was thinking more for the show. Like clearly we're influencing big time movie houses.
No, so we're Blockbuster, dude. We're box office, though.
So that's where we are right now.
But they followed you, they didn't follow the show.
Well, I mean, my name's on the show, so probably go. You can't be following everyone, but you don't know that, and Sipo doesn't know that they're not going to follow him or James. They might be just waiting for you guys to maybe do some impressions.
No,
because my impression of the leading lady of the movie was incredible. Maybe they need to see your guys' impressions. Have you thought about that?
It's okay, bro. I'm not going to steal your shine. This is your thing.
But I'm nothing without you guys. Just like the people in that movie.
Look, bro. There can only be one Beyonce.
No, fair enough. But I mean, Beyonce has writers and a team, and you know. We zero without them.
No, whichever one you think you're on the equation, nobody takes the shine away from the other. So have your thing. It's your moment.
Senzo Sitebe. It's freaking legendary stuff. All right, listen. Let's get straight into this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Liverpool situation right now? Like I've been giving it some big thought throughout the season. So I predicted that they would fall off the cliff this year. For my reasons, which I'll list just now. But
sure.
What are you thinking there? Like, obviously you're a United fan, so there's a little bit of extra spice and hate in your heart because they are and have been better than you probably, 5 years, right?
5 years, yeah.
Like, let's be honest, since Klopp arrived,
Yeah.
right? 6 years, this is the 6th year, and they'll finish above you this season. But, it's not quite on, huh?
No, it isn't quite on, but then again, if you look at it, and to Liverpool's defence and everybody else's defence, barring Chelsea, everybody looks on except everybody looks somewhat off the pace.
Yeah.
Except for Chelsea. Chelsea are the guys, because the thing is they're chinks in City's armor. We've seen that.
Yeah.
And I think Pep, they've also kind of figured them out. Liverpool people have also kind of figured out that if you cut a certain stream and their people there that you need to keep a close eye on, and once you take care of those people, then there's no party there. Chelsea, we have yet to figure out properly, because they're a well-oiled machine, and even when they play badly, they're grinding out results. So that's a mark of a good team. So Chelsea are the only people, and West Ham, we're just waiting for them to fall off. We know this. We've seen this. No, we've seen this movie.
Yeah,
we've seen this movie. When December comes and those fixtures are coming in thick and fast,
and
you have to play FA Cup now.
Yes,
and now you have to make proper title runnings. Oh, they're also in Europe now. So we'll watch them fall off.
And Ogbonna got an ACL.
Yeah, ACL.
That's huge because he's brilliant.
Yeah, and he's ACL is out for the rest of the season. He's done.
Rest of the season. So now they're playing Dawson, who's about 86.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, is he going to last? Because now it's Kurt Zuma. Ooh, as a Chelsea fan, let me just tell you, that is not where you want to build your house. I do like his athleticism, but he's got. Who's the guy who scored the own goal? Bailly tendencies. That very, very.
Yeah, he's very.
Maguire-y. There's a mistake in there, and I don't like it. I do like 4-0s for them though, but I hear you, and I think what you've said is true. And Chelsea haven't actually played well yet, and they're still 3 points above everybody.
Yeah, Chelsea haven't had that game that jaw-dropping game to say everything is in control. Chelsea just. Do you know what this is about Chelsea? They know how to game manage, and they know how to rotate their squad, and everybody in that team knows what their role is supposed to be. I mean, we haven't seen Chelsea go that extra gear.
Yeah.
That extra gear that sheesh, these guys are scary.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
You know what I mean? So but remains to be seen. So I want to see. Do you know which game I want to see? I want to see how Chelsea perform against United after the international break. Then that will give us a gauge of.
Yeah,
where Chelsea are really at. 2
nice games, because we'll talk about Arsenal in a little bit, but it's Arsenal Liverpool as well straight after the break.
Yeah.
So that's a big game. Jimbo, what are you thinking about Jurgen? Obviously, he's doing what he's doing. Just your thoughts on where you guys are at the moment. A little bit of a roller coaster. I know you were thinking Virgil van Dijk's back, and you guys are obviously just going to be AC Milan from the 90s with sort of Maldini and and that whole vibe, but you're not.
Geez, you lose one game to West Ham and it's the end of the world. Damn.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that you're actually not Manchester United.
Oh wow! I mean, you're only 2 points above United, aren't they?
Yeah, but so ever since we lost to West Ham, it's like everybody who doesn't support Liverpool are like, oh yeah, no, Liverpool's just terrible. But we one loss. Before that loss, I think I read a thing where we were the only club in Europe's top 5 leagues to still be unbeaten.
And I mean, hey, listen, you've had a couple of draws where you've clung on as well. And in reality, actually, if Chelsea could finish, you would have lost to 10-man Chelsea in that second half. Chelsea had 2 big chances on the break after you obviously try to cheat the BBW that is Reece James by sending him off.
Also City were all over them.
No, City should have actually pasted them.
They should have.
James, be honest. I'm not anti-Liverpool because I only care about Man City. But did you see the Man City game?
Man City.
Liverpool, yeah.
Okay, so me being 100% honest.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that was a game of, honestly, 2 halves. Like one half. Liverpool knew what they were doing. The other half, not at all.
Nah.
So I tell you what. It's the upside. And I think what they're seeing now, and there is Jurgen with the double fist pump. That was, 4 years ago? When did they win the title? 3 years ago?
Three.
So City...
It was City, Liverpool, then the whole world got sick.
Yeah.
And then we resumed from there, and then City last season.
Yeah, so that's three years ago, 2 seasons ago, essentially. Jurgen Klopp celebrating there. Boy, oh boy. That's tough. If Liverpool don't win the title this season, will Jurgen Klopp leave the club? Jimbo, just your thoughts on that.
So wait. So we lost to West Ham.
Yes.
Do other fans of other clubs genuinely think now all hope is lost for Liverpool? Is
No,
that like where we are?
No, it's not that. It's not that all hope is lost. You guys are still playing well, but you guys have been figured out. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Virgil's not the same Virgil, guys. You guys can try paper. Virgil's not the same guy he was.
Now, there's a good point there, James. Is that how big is the loss of Gini Wijnaldum? Did we underplay that? Because you know, Liverpool's games, it's kind of like Pep Guardiola, right? Everyone thinks Pep is like helter-skelter. Actually, you saw against United how controlled City are. And actually Liverpool, for everybody thinks they're just heavy metal. They're really not. Jurgen's got them really well organized. And now, for the first time in a long time, they look helter-skelter. And I'll tell you which game you must look to. The Brighton game is actually a good example of none of your midfielders
You mean
are
Brentford?
No, Brighton, when they drew.
It was Brentford.
2-2. No, Brighton. Who's the guy with the hair? And he actually scored the winner and it was offside.
But even Brentford, you could see that.
No, I don't. Yeah, Brentford, they lost. Eh?
They drew.
They drew. No. So that as well. But Jimbo, there was the game against Brighton. I don't know if you saw that game where you really should have lost. The guy is an inch offside for the winner. I keep forgetting this guy's name.
Bissouma.
No. White guy, Belgian. Not Trossard. Not Trossard. No. Moppe's French, I think. The other guy. Also okay. Small, technical. Yeah. It'll come to me now, and not McAllister. But James, my thing is you don't look in control like you did when you won the title. And I think Gini Wijnaldum's loss, and I said it at the beginning of the season, is now coming through. Don't you think you guys... Do you not feel a little bit more scared now on defense, James?
So I think like at the moment as it is, I don't think we're feeling the loss of Wijnaldum as much as we should.
Yeah.
I think like players like Naby Keita have honestly, for the first time in his Liverpool career,
Also, you must also speaks to but like what the spine was with Gini, because now Bobby Firmino is having to do things that he shouldn't have to do.
He's doing too much.
Have you seen? Did you see where Griezmann nearly took his face off?
Yeah.
Where Bobby was on the field.
Yeah.
But as a cam, you're not supposed to be there.
In a time where Bobby's doing things he's not supposed to do, he's also almost back to the same form he was in. Like 2-3 seasons ago.
But he's not the problem. So I don't think. Are you hearing it? Are you hearing it as though I'm saying he's doing too much in the sense that he already does a lot. I think he's one of the best players in the world, right? And I think it's quite unanimous in that false nine role. There's very few better than him. Linking the work rate I'm saying. if you think of Liverpool, even last season, actually, you weren't losing those Brentford games, and I think you didn't watch the Brighton game, or you're just in a deep denial, because that Brighton game, actually, they could have really spanked you if Alisson wasn't proper.
No, so I know, like, a lot of what I'm saying is coming across as me sort of being biased towards it, but I obviously supporting Liverpool. In those seasons where we won the Champions League and the Premier League and stuff, right? So supporting them in a lot of those games, and I know I'm not the only Liverpool fan, we'd as fans go into those games saying, oh, it's already won, even if we were playing against a Chelsea or a Real Madrid. Like, 'cause we were in the form of...
They are ridiculous.
Those players were in the form of their careers, right?
Yeah.
So, and even now, like these days, I personally go into games where I'm like sort of undecided as to whether we're gonna do well. But back then, it was like immediately we'd go into games just knowing we'd win because of the type of football we'd play.
Yeah, and you guys were doing it back then. I mean,
there's definitely a difference this season.
But James, let's go back to the City game, right? Let's like objectively looking. Look, okay, Phil Foden did score, but did you see James Milner should have gotten a red, or there should have been a penalty decision. There should have been a penalty decision. And the fact that he's having to cover for Trent there, it shows a lot. One, when City go back behind,
yeah.
Well, how long did it take them to equalize again?
No, it was...
to put the pedal to the metal again.
And also, James, you're also ignoring the fact that, I just want to look here, you've conceded 3 to Brentford, right? 2 against City, 2 to Atletico Madrid,
1 against Chelsea,
2 against Brighton, 3 against West Ham as well. You know, is like, I think you're the worst defense in the top 4, and by some distance, by the way. I'm just having a look here. So West Ham have obviously above you, but you've conceded 11 goals. That's a goal a game. That never happened under Jurgen.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But okay, yeah. So I take that point. It didn't happen under Jurgen, and we have been in better form.
Yeah. But you're not worried, huh? Like this?
No,
it's not that.
This is why I say people are looking at this West Ham game like it's the end of our careers, right? Because this season we've beaten Man United 5-0.
Well,
we've beaten Atletico Madrid twice.
James, you've beaten Man United. Yeah, that's maybe one you shouldn't use.
That's not bad.
I beat yesterday. My niece was born, and I beat her in a 100-meter race.
But it goes back to my point again. Do you know why Liverpool guys aren't worried? Yeah. Because Salah's in the form of his life. When Salah cools off, we'll find...
But it's
what's wrong with Mane? Do you not let him do African juju in the change room? What happened there?
He's also... I'm so confused.
Did you see that miss? James, come on. You saw that miss, and he's been in terrible form. You know I love him. I love Sadio Mane. He's giving out cell phones to kids. I mean, he's still got a 3310.
We'll see.
I don't know. I do think... And I know what it sounds like because I'm a Liverpool fan, but I do think people are being way overly critical about Liverpool because, again, we've topped the Champions League group of death this season. Right.
Well, you've qualified. You haven't. It's not over yet. You've qualified.
Yeah. But I hear what he's saying. Yeah. So you're not worried, huh?
Let's see in January.
Not overly worried.
When Oaks go to AFCON. We'll see in January when guys go to AFCON.
What,
and I mean, have you thought of that?
But AFCON this year is a lot shorter. I think we're without them.
I think you 3 games, huh?
3 to 4 games, yeah.
And then I think you still need to quarantine as well to come back. So 3 to 4 games.
Yeah, that is a thing.
And then also, the medical attention they'll receive should somebody hack Mo Salah.
So what's that? It's
Naby Keita will definitely do a hamstring. I mean, I hate to say it, but he's got polystyrene legs. Although he's starting to come through.
So it's...
Who do they lose? Keita?
Salah.
Mane.
Joel Matip.
That's 4, James, who are starting. So who's the other centre-back?
Joel Gomez.
Yeah, but we've also got Ibrahim Konate now.
Oh, you've got... No, but where's he? Is he French?
I think he's French.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, he's...
Give us an Ivory Coast there.
So look,
it is a bit tough.
I'm by no means saying that Liverpool are going to win every trophy or...
No, that's not what we're saying either.
I think people are writing Liverpool off way too early.
He's French.
I don't think Yeah, we lost to West Ham. We drew to Brighton, but
and
we beat Atletico Madrid
and Man
twice,
City.
bro.
And you are fourth. Like my thing is that you don't realize you're fourth.
Are you saying that in a bad way or a good?
No, I'm saying you are fourth, 4 points off Chelsea. I mean, 11 games kind of tells you where we're headed, right? Generally, after 10 games, you can kind of tell, ooh,
who's going to contend.
Like,
it's kind of sorts itself out. Yeah.
But again, for me, I'm not a Liverpool fan. But let me just tell you what I think. Right? Is every person like always waits for a disaster to break up with people, and if you look at Man United and Arsenal. They did that. Like, I've never understood why people have to wait for a disaster to break up with somebody. Is you can actually break up with somebody just because it's not working anymore. Sure. And the Jurgen Klopp thing, I promise you, I said this last season. I would have let Jurgen go last season. Not because he's a bad coach or a bad guy. Some things come to an end. It was over last season already because he's so demanding, right? And what you need to do, look at his previous clubs. He was at Mainz, he was at Dortmund. All of them after fourth going to their fifth season, it was over. So it's not Jurgen's fault that he is who he is. I don't care who you are as a player. He will grind you down. And I'm afraid it's over now. And what I'm seeing now is not because Jurgen's one of the best managers in the history of football.
Sure.
Like, nobody is doubting that. But listen, people get tired. And why do people need to wait for a disaster? If I was Liverpool, I'm already interviewing people. This is the end, Jurgen, because you know who made this mistake. And if you want to learn, because by Liverpool standards, fine, this was a dynasty, right? But let me tell you who learned to listen. Man United and Arsenal will tell you what happens when not only you let the guy stay too long, but you break up on his terms.
Yeah.
Wenger left when he was ready.
Ferguson left when he was ready.
Man United should have taken it out of Fergie's hands. You don't even pick the next guy. What do Man City do so well? No, Pep, it was set up the season before. Man City, they set up that Italian board before he came. If Liverpool want the dynasty to continue, stop making the manager so important. Jurgen's time's over. It's not because I think I'm smarter than everybody. I'm biased to the data. The two clubs he's been at before, it ran out of time, not because of him, but because of his personality.
And you're so correct, because like now as well, Liverpool also didn't really strengthen their squad or whatever. So it's like, we're used to this now. You know what I mean? So now, for me, I've just got this thing that Liverpool now, just the way it is, I don't think they can compete like on all three fronts.
No.
So I think what's going to happen is that they're going to see how it plays out in the Champions League and how that sorts themselves out, and they're going to go, okay, let's rather go for that, because with that, you know, us coming second or third doesn't do anything for us. Rather we win the Champions League and then we don't have to worry about going second or third. We don't have to worry about, sure, okay, we'll still give it a go domestically.
Yeah.
But domestically now we've seen that, okay, grand, it's a two-horse race.
Yeah. No, I think everyone's clear, right?
Yeah.
Chelsea now are still waiting for Werner and Lukaku to come back.
Yeah.
Like, this is what Liverpool have.
And you know what the scary thing about Chelsea and City are? You know Chelsea and City can always put together that run, like 11 on the trot.
Yeah.
And they do it round about this time, where they keep going and then they don't lose until like February. And by the time that happens, it's already too late. The rest of us are fighting for placing.
And you know what? That's such a good point. And James, I know you're not worried, right? But as much as my man Keita there is starting to come together, we know an injury is coming. Not because we hate the guy, but we've seen the last 2 seasons. Like, what do you want? He's not somebody who's been unlucky with injuries. He's injury prone. Who's the Oxlade-Chamberlain? That's the backup. We know he's going to get injured. Like, we know now that's going to happen. Skipper, fantastic. But he's going to get injured.
My thing is now, okay, cool, right? Let's say, because Liverpool's game is very and it's not a criticism on that. We all know how Liverpool get it. Liverpool, it goes from Alisson to Virgil.
Yes.
Virgil's either going to release Trent, Andy, Mo Salah, or Mane. My thing is that, okay, cool. If Robertson is injured, and Mane is not there, or Salah's not there, what shape are Liverpool going to? What's Liverpool's plan then?
But for me, what happens when, like, I don't care what you say, Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to get injured. Sorry, I love his ability and whatever. We've seen it since Arsenal. It's not even a Liverpool thing, right? He's been injured more at Liverpool than he's played.
Yeah.
Keita has been injured more at Liverpool than he's played it. James Milner is starting to pick up old man injuries now.
Yeah, you can see he's getting a bit tired.
Jimbo, what happens now? You get to January, and also this is Jurgen. Jurgen doesn't care about injury. You come in here. Hey,
If you're available,
I'm Jurgen Klopp and you're playing Cup and you're going to... Are we done to Curtis Jones now in January? Because Curtis Jones is going to have to partner Milner and Henderson.
But you guys saw.
But
what
there's Fabinho as well, though.
You guys saw what Liverpool did last season with all 67 of our injuries.
What happened?
Came third.
Still came third.
Oh, so are you saying you're happy with it?
I'm so personally, I wish, and I've said this to you guys before, I wish we did strengthen our squad during the break.
Yeah.
But last season we came third with.
But from coming first resoundingly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are
coming
you saying
first.
you're happy with third? That's interesting. I thought Liverpool wanted to win the league.
No, I'm saying I'm.
Can you live with third this season?
I can live with third last season, all things considered.
No, you didn't answer the question.
What about this season though? Because okay, I'll tell you what. Let me make it simpler for you. Do you think Liverpool have any chance of catching Man City and Chelsea this season in the league? So forget about everything else.
In the league.
Yeah, in the league. Do you believe Liverpool will finish above Man City or Chelsea?
Yes, I think at least one of them.
Which one? Well, who do you think will win the league?
I think Chelsea have a fairly decent chance of winning the league.
So you think you'll come second above Man City, yeah?
Yeah, I think City.
Yes.
City's been figured out, dude.
Nah, but guys, City were all over you.
Hey, I love this Liverpool conference.
No, because dude, guys.
Wait, James, what are you gonna... Mo Salah is African. I know he might look like he's from Dubai or Saudi Arabia. He's very Egyptian, even though they hate being called Africans. What are you doing without his goals? Who's going to play in his position?
Unlike United, and
Yes.
this is where we're fortunate, we're not a one-man team.
No, but okay, who's the second best player, would you say, in the team?
At Liverpool?
Yeah.
Right now.
Ooh.
Because
Wait, define best. Like
No,
goal
dog.
scoring,
Okay, so
like
Mo
goal
Salah's
scoring
the guy, right?
Mo Salah is the guy.
I'd like to think Sadio Mane is your second best player. Come on. He's had a rough 4-5 games, but...
It's probably between Mane and I know exactly where this is going to go as soon as I say this. But probably between Mane and Fabinho.
No, I agree. Listen, I love Fabinho, but I'm saying, okay, who replaces Mane, by the way? Because he's gone at the same time to the very same tournament. Who replaces... So tell me, who's playing right wing when
who's
Mo
playing
Salah
left wing?
takes his afro, obviously. Obviously can't get COVID in an afro. He goes... he looks a little bit like a barrel because he's really well built with that hectic six-pack. He's waddling to the airport with Mane probably, or not, because they're both like, I want to be the main Arabic guy. And so, yeah,
We can't
like,
be going to the same mosque.
we're not even going to the same mosque. Screw you, bro. You go in your own plane. I'm taking my own private plane. And now, who's replacing Mo Salah? You're not answering that question. Like, Mo Salah is worth a goal a game. Who's doing that for you?
A goal and an assist.
When you asked the question the first time, like before you went on the whole analogy thing, I had an answer for that question. Now I can't remember the player.
Divock Origi.
No.
But he's the only one that's there.
James, there's no one. The correct answer is nobody can replace Mo Salah right now.
Honestly, Mo
No
Salah,
one on earth.
No, Mo Salah's hot.
There's no one
He's
on
hot.
Unless you and Demi Lovato know an extraterrestrial.
Guys, we forget that.
Who's there, James? You see, you don't have an answer for me.
Mo Salah's like, that's why they're not worried, because Mo Salah's like hot. And
James,
they're winning games.
is there anyone better in the world right now than Mo
so
Salah?
there actually has been games this season.
Lewandowski.
Well,
Salah
what are they going to do? Buy him for 300 million?
So there has been games where Salah or Mane haven't played this season.
And you know what happened in those games? You drew to Brighton and Brentford. And Chelsea. And lost to West Ham. No, but James, you still haven't told me who's replacing Mo Salah. Like, and I mean properly, because listen, 3 games is 9 points, right? Chelsea, we don't play that African thing.
And then you see
there's no.
And you see, all it takes is that bad week in January or whatever,
Yeah.
and you are gone from the league. You're out of FA Cup.
And
Now-
Pep, we know doesn't do African players.
Yeah, and then you've gone from FA Cup. Now you're facing a 2-0 deficit against Madrid, and you have to go to the Bernabeu.
Okay, I'll tell you what, James. Let me make it easy for you. Who's replacing Matip at the back?
Konate. We've also got Joe Gomez.
Come on, James. We saw it. Did you know what? It's like you didn't watch the Brentford game. Konate is vibes, man. It's just like, who's your guy there at United scoring own goals?
Oh, Eric Bailly.
James, you saw that. Come on, James. You saw the Brentford game. Look at Tony making him look like a little child. Like he's walking his child to school.
You saw the United game, though, that he played in.
James.
But, dude, we've got no confidence. There's no confidence at United.
It's Man United.
No, I'm sorry. You can't use that as an excuse.
What's that?
You can't say just because the team's doing terrible that we played against.
Okay, so you're saying good enough, huh?
It's
all right.
United, bro.
James, you know what? I like your denial because he still can't tell me who's. And James, are you aware that 3 games they are gone? Chelsea we don't have African players. Man City have Pep Guardiola and African players take that straight back to hell, right? So they are at full strength.
The only guy you're missing is Mendy.
He was what us? Nah, it's alright. We got Kepa Arrizabalaga who
with dinosaur on.
Peter Dinklage.
What country is Mendy from?
He's from Senegal.
Hectic.
Yeah. So James, you saying, don't worry about it. Mo Salah, you're replaceable.
We also have Diogo Jota, who's.
But Jota's not Mo Salah. That's what you're not getting,
Come on, James. Mo Salah. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's finish it off on this. Who's replacing Sadio Mane? Because that's fine. Okay, so you say Jota for my man on the right. Sadio Mane is still one of the best players in the world. What are you doing for 3 games on the left?
Divock,
let's go!
Divock.
Plus, he's looking like his mom can talk about him in church with the new hairstyle. Good finish on the weekend. So is that what we're doing, James? Divock on the left, Jota on the right, and who's
Bobby
up front? Bobby.
Yeah.
Who's at the back? We're playing Joey Gomez.
Curtis Jones also plays wing.
Curtis Jones. Is that what we're doing? Oh, well, hey, one Afro for another. Is that what you're saying? Come on, James. Sky.
No, because Salah's hot.
Yeah.
It's nice because Salah's Salah Machita.
What do you want us to do? Be like Real Madrid and have Raheem Sterling as a replacement on the bench?
No, that's Man City. I easy mistake to make, but
no, but I just mean
Riyad Mahrez.
Liverpool. We're not a club that likes to
buy good players.
We're not going to have a 200 million pound bench ever.
Okay, well, James, I like that. Listen, stick with it.
January is gonna. And do you know what? Even before January, what happens now? You know that Christmas break and stuff.
Yeah.
Before AFCON. Now Salah, somebody.
Gini Wijnaldum is the biggest loss.
At Liverpool.
And Liverpool aren't going to thank him, but you should have done everything to sign that guy because he was the one guy who could control the midfield. As much as I like Fabinho, he's not that guy. He's an awesome stopper, but he's not. Gini's everything. Yeah, so, I mean, hey, Gini Wijnaldum. All right, but James says, nah, forget about it.
Liverpool's the club that everyone likes to hate.
No, don't be victims. You guys like being victims.
And also, why? Why would you say that? 1 title in 30 years and now you're Man United. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying.
No, nobody hates.
So this season we're not coming with that energy of we're gonna win the title,
because it's tough, boy. Because they 2 other guys, 2 other coaches who are showing you.
You know what it is? It's Liverpool fans got caught in the dynasty talk. That's what happened. The problem is they started to believe after 1 title.
My thing is that, right?
And James is one of those guys.
My thing is that when Kevin De Bruyne decides when he's back to being Kevin,
yes,
and him and Grealish start cooking,
yeah.
I want to see because City, we're saying the only reason we think people that figured out City is because Kevin De Bruyne is not the same guy and he's kind of playing through an injury.
They're the best squad in the world. They had Riyad Mahrez and Sterling on the bench with Jack Grealish, dude. They're like, that's unplayable, which is why I think they'll win the league as much as I want to believe in Chelsea. But I just don't see that, like...
Guys, Joao Cancelo, what Joao Cancelo's doing is ridiculous.
No, but Oxlade-Chamberlain coming off the bench. Is that what because you know what Man City's bringing off the bench? Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. And you're bringing Oxlade. Nah, come on, man. Chelsea are bringing Conte off the bench. Like, I just think there's another level. And I think Gini, James, you know what was great about Gini? Forget his technical ability. Forget his awesome game control. He never got injured.
Henderson, go.
Like, the consistency of having a metronome in the middle. You know why Chelsea was so successful? Conte never got injured for those 2 seasons.
But that's the thing. People overlook it because we all know, guys, Liverpool, that best... We knew. If it was, okay, the back four, okay, Alisson, then it was... who on the left?
Robertson.
Robertson, and then it was Trent.
Yeah.
Guys, the minute you saw Henderson, Fabinho, and Gini in the middle, you knew it was rock solid.
Gini Wijnaldum, so underrated.
You knew it was rock solid.
Mbulelo Gavin says, I'm not killing these Kloppspiracy theories. First it was the divorce speculation. Now I think you're writing them off too early. No, fair enough. Although I do still think he's getting divorced. That thirst trap is for real.
Nah, but he bit Conte's photo. Like,
so you
verbatim. Nah, he's a fraud. I don't believe it. He's a fraud.
No, I mean, that doesn't mean that we don't think thoughts and prayers for his upcoming divorce. I mean, divorce is tough on the kids.
He even bit the ring, guys. He even bit the guy the way.
So you don't care about his divorce. You're just thinking, nah, listen.
And he had me convinced. I was like, no, man, this photo's cold.
Yeah?
Auntie, there was another photo or in the same league. He said, no, I'm going to bite. I'm going to just remix this album. I said,
Jurgen Klopp. All right, James says no. Forget you guys. Listen, Jimbo, let's get a poll. Will Liverpool win the league? Will Liverpool win the league? We'll get some options. And you can vote in that live in the stream.
For me, they don't have to win the league. They don't have to win the league. Come second or third, and the gap between you and first place is like 6 or 7.
What does that mean for you guys now? For Man United? Because, I mean, as much as I think it's Jurgen Klopp's last season, and I think... you know what? I think they'll struggle to make top 4, Liverpool.
But listen, dude. For me, our confidence is short. So us, we're at rock bottom. I can tell you right now, we're at rock bottom. For me, it can only get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Where do United finish max? Be honest, because...
Third, fourth.
Third. So you'd have to finish above Liverpool. You'd have to finish above West Ham. You'd have to finish above... Who else
Arsenal.
is there? Well, Arsenal, come on. We'll talk about Arsenal in a bit. So you'll finish above West Ham. Or you think Leicester are shot, eh? You think they're...
Leicester also, that thing's not sustainable. Like the model of what they want their club to be and where they want to finish and stuff.
Are Man United fearful at all? So currently in 6th place, a point above Brighton. Does Conte at Tottenham scare you at all? You think it's too late for them? Too late for Mum? Harry Kane gets started. What then? Because he hasn't started, hey?
No, but listen, Harry Kane can go on a heater. But we've seen Harry Kane can start and Tottenham can still go 8th.
Yeah.
They'll still finish 8th.
So what are you thinking? Ronaldo gets you to 4th, 3rd?
Not Ronaldo alone. He needs guys like Bruno to cook like properly. You know what I mean? And then Rashford as well, like to cook properly. You know what I mean?
You know what my problem is I've got the same problem as Liverpool. Is I've seen enough that you guys ain't it because I saw Southampton. You know what I mean? I saw the games. It's like, oh my God, that's when you're playing badly.
Yeah, you see,
how often are you going to give me... I mean, what's your best win this season, you say?
That was Tottenham.
How often are you going to give me that performance?
That's my thing, Mbulelo. With a team that is shot in confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're nowhere.
Oh my
and
gosh.
you know, guys, a lot of it's a confidence thing. You can see when guys are confident, like it all comes second nature. Bruno's second guessing himself. Should I take an extra touch? Should I send it? Do you know what I mean?
You know, it should scare people that Man United spent another 100 million in the off season, and they are 9 points off the top of the league. Like,
yeah,
wow.
A lot. That's why I say, dude. A lot. You know, leagues aren't 1 in 10, 11 games.
Sure,
but
it's a good indicator after 10. Yeah,
but you can see that.
Man, oh man, that is tough. All right, let's go to a team that's reinvented, and finally, I think the Arsenal. Let me tell you what I think about Arsenal. Then I'll ask Senzo. So, listen, the reality of anything, business, life, if you've been an entrepreneur, is that actually people tend to do this, right? Is they always measure themselves in their best moment in life, their best year in life. That's not who you are, right? A mentor of mine once gave me a great analysis, and it's really, really helped me, and it might help you in life, is if you want to know who you really are, take out your best year in life, take out your worst year in life. So let's say you're in sales. Take out your best sales year, take out your worst sales year, because that's not what you are. You're not your worst, you are not your best. But what's left is what you are. The median of everything else that's left is actually who you are. Now, it's brutal because you're looking at data, and ultimately, we need to be very careful about saying Arsenal are back and they are this and they are that. Because I've seen them at their worst. And I think they have a Liverpool problem because Tierney, Partey, Smith Rowe, Gabriel, they are not unlucky with injuries. They are all injury prone. Now, I'm not saying that Arsenal aren't terrific right now, but I'm also realistic. Tierney will get injured, Partey will get injured, Smith Rowe will get injured, and Gabriel will get injured. Not because I want them to get injured, The data's there. We've seen 2 seasons of all those guys, right? But I also went and looked at the teams that Arsenal have beaten in their run. 20th, 18th, 9th, 16th, 12th, and 17th. So maybe slow your roll because you saw what happened against Chelsea. Maybe you can give me your injury thing. But if you have injuries now, what happens when Thomas Partey is either injured or is at AFCON for 4 games? Are you telling me you're going to be back to the Chelsea performance? Because that's a reality and that is coming, whether you like it or not. Aubameyang will go. What do you do then? What do you do? Because Martinelli, for all the hype, I've seen nothing. Right? Is Martinelli the guy to come in? Aubameyang's going to be gone. He's the captain of Gabon. He's going to be out of there. Partey is going to be out of there. Who's holding it down in the middle? I love the young Belgian boy, but he's not there yet. But you've beaten 20th, 18th, 9th, 16th, 12th, 17th. Can we just relax on this sort of rejuvenated Arsenal? Can we just pump the brakes? Let's see what you look like when you have to come up against Chelsea again, up against Manchester United and that type of pressure. Liverpool, because it's Liverpool after the break. Let's see the acid test, what happens then. Because I'm not having you beating 20th, 18th, 9th, 16th, 12th, and 17th and telling me you're up top. I'll tell you what I think is all that I've seen with Arsenal this season, because injuries are going to happen again. I'll say these names again. Tierney, Partey, Smith Rowe, Gabriel are all injury prone. What happens in January? What happens in December? What happens in that period? Every club, by the way. So it's not unique. The only club I've seen go through with no injuries, in fact, there might be 2 in the last 10 years, that Liverpool, when they won the championship, and Leicester. They're the 2 clubs that I can remember in recent memory where they had no injuries and they had that golden carpet ride, right? Like Liverpool had no... Look what happened to Liverpool after they had 1 or 2 injuries the next year. It was a mess. It's been a mess since the title. And listen, and they've got, I would argue, Jurgen, for top 3 coaches in the world right now. Right? I'd argue, I would say Jurgen's in there. I mean, but Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, stop telling me boy genius. Genius is only so interesting. It's been 8th 2 years in a row. And I'm afraid, listen, you can't get away from the fact that you've beaten 20th, 18th, 9th, 16th, 12th, and 17th. Senzo, like, I love these Arsenal, and you know, these Arsenal fans, like, do me a favor. Wenger's gone now, and you're not the Invincibles anymore.
Yeah, because, you know, for what I said this to them as well. I was like, guys, okay, cool, yeah, you can only beat what's in front of you. Do you know what will tell you where you are? It happened. You guys saw, when you guys went to City, they said, come, let's show you, give you 5, hot, quickly, straight away. When they go play Liverpool, and Liverpool will run them ragged, they'll see it. And then when they have to go play Chelsea.
Yeah.
Even us, like...
Oh, we beat them already.
Yeah. Even us, when we play them. I mean, we're wounded now, but trust me, it's not going to be like that It's not going to be like that all the time.
But you know what? And that's a good point on the United thing, right? For Arsenal fans, they need to hear this. Everybody's saying Man United's in meltdown. Right? It's meltdown. It's over. Everyone's saying Arsenal are having the season of a lifetime. Are Arsenal aware that they are just 3 points ahead of Man United?
And we've played heavy hitters in a short space of time.
And you've been terrible, and you're only 3 points behind them. Everyone's telling me about Arsenal having the season of a lifetime. You're not Chelsea or Man City, like running away from Man United, right? That should worry Arsenal fans that they're celebrating beating 20th, 18th, 9th, 16th, 12th, and 17th.
And when they got Spurs, they got a shattered Spurs. Shattered.
Jimbo, are you worried at all? Like you got you playing Arsenal. What are you thinking to yourself? Probably just go out for a morning walk. If your lady can come over, probably grab a latte or something. Or are you worried? Do you think this Arteta might be turning things around after the international break? Because it's you guys against Arsenal straight after the break, right?
Who's Arsenal? No, I'm kidding. No, that was a joke.
That's a fair question. I mean, they've been terrible for since what, 2004? No.
But also, guys. Also, we have to put this into context. Arsenal have got no midweek commitments, so I expect everybody Saturday fresh.
That's what I was about to say, actually. So that's the thing, and Senzo pretty much said all of it. They've got no European commitments. I mean, even Tottenham have European commitments.
Yeah, that's true. Arsenal are terrible. But honestly speaking, like I want you to be honest. Are you worried at all about that Arsenal game? Or are you thinking, what a City and Man? Are you more worried like, I hope Chelsea lose? Or are you thinking to yourself, you guys could slip up?
I'd like to say no because it's fun to make jokes about how terrible Arsenal is.
It's also not a joke. They have been terrible since 2004.
True,
which is 17 years of absolute being terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but like I was saying earlier, right? A season or two ago, Liverpool fans would go into games. Oh, we've already won it, regardless of who it is.
Yeah, got you.
Me this season, a little bit cautious here and there. So, and I mean, it's Arsenal. Liverpool Arsenal is always electric, and there's always something. So.
No, because one team always gets battered. Like there's no draw. It's like 4-1 Liverpool or
both go
4-1
for
us. They just throw the kitchen sink at each other.
The number 4 is always involved.
Yeah.
It's 4-4-4-1.
Yeah, Ox just throw the kitchen sink. There's no like, you know, like a tidy 2-0.
Yes.
Where you manage the game now.
Yeah, like City against you guys.
Yeah, that's a tidy 2-0.
To answer your question,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Like, you know, if you're an Arsenal fan, I'm sorry. I have not thought of Arsenal in 10 years. Like, it's a little bit of a shocker to me. Like, I'm like a Liverpool mate of mine, like slightly worried. I'm like, of what? He said, Arsenal. I said, what? Are they bringing guns? He said, no, the football club. I'm like, what are you, huh?
But look, do you know what the thing is about Arsenal? I'd entertain their chats and all that. Dude, you way first. At least we get into the Champions League, and then trust me, we fall off, and then we go back to Europa.
Yeah.
You guys are struggling to make Europa.
No, there's levels of Maya, mate. Is 2 years in a row. Please don't let that FA Cup victory like plaster things over. You've been 8th twice in a row. You aren't even in the conference division 2 years in a row, right? Like let's just put it in perspective for Arsenal fans, and they get so excited.
Nah, let them.
They're in the mire. Yeah, I mean, listen. Honestly, if Liverpool beat Arsenal, or if Liverpool lose to Arsenal, well, I will be. Bulelo Gavin says, speaking of injuries, Pogba is injured again. I saw that he walked off the French training.
Yeah.
Like, wow. We'll talk more about it on the other side. I mean, poor Pogba. Listen, I'll tell you what he'll probably be up to. He'll go, you know what'll change this? I need to change my hair color. My hair color will fix exactly whatever's cramping in my calf or whatever it is.
Do a dab.
What's that?
I also got to do a dab.
At the barber. Does he do the dab before or after?
Even while he's cutting his hair, he's just like...
Oh, that's why it's such a mess.
Please stop dabbing. I'm trying to cut... And he's like...
That's why they send me...
James! That's awesome. All right, well, poor Pogba's dabbing at the barber. This is the MKT Show. Nobody in the studio, it is important to note, has shot their girlfriend in a car or been racist yet. Yet.
I like the yet.
No, because, you know, like, we have to be open to that. James, you haven't shot your girlfriend in a car. Just do, like, I in fact, it's best not to assume, right?
Yeah.
There he is. James is thinking it through.
Pondering.
No, I didn't.
You haven't shot your girlfriend in a car yet. You must say not yet.
Well, look, the thing is, I haven't shot her in a car.
Yet.
No, just in a car.
No, but you haven't shot her in a car yet. Now, whether you've shot her or not, listen, she lives on a farm, they have guns, things happened. It happened to Dick Cheney, you know what I mean? He went hunting with a friend.
Yeah, she was, yeah. But yeah.
You can't shoot a friend by mistake. Dick Cheney, American guy,
was vice president under the Bush administration.
he shot his mate on a hunting trip. Like,
yeah,
hey, listen, I'm all for good biltong, but I'm not sure you need to shoot your mate.
Dick Cheney's name brings a whole new definition to the phrase, the old ball and chain.
Yeah, Richard.
Okay, and also, I mean, it brings...
Because Dick and Cheney.
Yeah, his name's probably Richard.
No, it makes sense, but also, you know, as the old adage goes, don't be a dick, don't shoot your mate on a hunting trip.
Honestly, exactly.
Yeah.
But
I
do you
got
know,
nothing to add.
I'm least worried about that happening to you because you're actively single.
Yeah, aggressively single.
Well,
Like, no, but like, MK, do you know how fussy this guy is? So, I'm not, if that had to happen with you,
Yeah.
I was going to say, okay, I'm going to have so many questions. Like, one, who is this lady? Did she just appear out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Two, you don't have a car.
I don't have a car.
So, like, if you shoot somebody, I'm going to be like, okay, well,
Imagine if I shot her in her car. Oh my word, that's a whole nother level. Okay,
what is she doing? What is she doing packing heat?
yeah, why does she have a gun? Why do I have a gun in her car?
Yeah, why? Like, I have so many questions.
Yeah, James, you didn't ask that. What if I shoot someone in their own car?
it's different.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'll-
enough said.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's different. Okay, no, it's different.
No.
He's right, but now I feel like we need to add that rule to our rules for the show. So,
I'm starting to lose what the rules are.
okay, number one, don't shoot your girlfriend in a car.
No, number one. If you're going to be in a car with your girlfriend, make sure there is no gun.
I feel like that should be third because I think it's important
Okay.
to say don't shoot your girlfriend in the car.
Yeah, okay.
Number one, don't shoot anyone's girlfriend.
In the car.
Wait. Number one should be more simplified. Okay, just don't shoot anyone.
Well, again, see, hold on. We'll get to that now.
No,
I'm
'cause
saying-
now you lo- now
just
you
let me
live
give
with
you
you,
the rules, and there's
Yeah.
a reason. I've thought them through, like the Bible ones where there's 10. Is number one, don't shoot your girlfriend in a car.
Okay.
Right? Number two, don't shoot anyone's girlfriend. Like that's don't shoot your girlfriend. Don't shoot anyone. I'm not going to shoot Senza's girlfriend. I think that's a super solid rule.
Yeah.
Number three, right? Don't have a gun in the car.
Yeah.
Number four, sorry.
Yes.
No, this counting is
No,
confusing me.
sorry, number four.
Right.
If you're going to get in a car
Yes.
with your girlfriend or anybody else's girlfriend,
Yes.
Yeah.
make sure there is no gun.
Yeah, okay.
check for
Which
a
is
gun.
separate for yes.
Okay.
That's really, really important. Now, James, let's go number 5. What are you saying?
Just don't shoot anyone.
Okay, but hold on. I have a problem with that rule, right? And since it is my show,
How?
He's
got a
about to
problem with that.
explain. He's about to explain.
I don't know what the guy said about your mama. Because the thing is, the rules of engagement for men and women are different.
Different, sure.
And now you're walking on the street, and then imagine, like, you're walking on the streets, and that guy says, "Hey,
Your
yo,
mom."
small dick," or whatever.
I mean, he wouldn't be wrong, but
No, but you know what I mean? Then I can totally get it when guys, or they say, you know what I mean? Like, You know how guys sometimes.
But you guys will all know universal. What ticks guys off? You speak about their mom or you speak about their girlfriend.
I'm with you.
And those, we all know that is off the table. Or you speak about somebody's kids.
And also, what happens if
Those are off the
somebody's
table.
sleeping? Let's say some dude is sleeping with your wife now. James, you walk in. Like, hey, honey, I'm home. I got you the orange juice you like with pumpkin seeds in it. And then you start hearing animal sounds now. Boom. You burst in. Ah, my best mate. Do you see what I mean, James? That's my problem, is that
Crime of passion.
I would be happy for you to shoot the guy in that circumstance.
It's a crime of passion.
No, I agree. So I'm not totally... You know what, James? Let's let the fans vote. Maybe... Okay, we've already got a poll up. So you can go and vote in the stream if you're on the stream. Will Liverpool win the league in 2021-2022? The options are yes, never, and don't write them off, which is winning at 46% at the moment. Please go and vote. We'll go... just remind us, Jimbo, you never remind me to go over the poll at the end of the thing, you know?
That's on me, but I've been sidetracked for the last 2 minutes because I saw this.
Now, Robin Badger saying,
my goodness.
Don't shoot your girlfriend in the bathroom. Now, listen, that's a great comment, because we're currently involved in a situation where a man whose legs have been chopped off at the knees, not because of anything.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, his name's Oscar Pistorius, and awkwardly, so guys, I saw something yesterday, by the way. A friend of mine's working on, I forget what the film was now. I should probably check my WhatsApps, but it's going to the Oscars. And when she said Oscar, I thought, the thing is, I read the message really early this morning. And I thought, well, why is she talking about Oscar now? Is she doing a documentary about Oscar, you know? But actually, it turns out that we have an Oscar-nominated film from South Africa, and she was involved in that. She was just passing on the good news.
So it wasn't actually going to a prison in Pretoria. It's actually going to America, the film. I mean...
Well, yeah, the film is going to America, but Robin's rule is important because there's obviously those Oscars going on, but Oscar Pistorius
is also in the headlines again.
Now, do we probably need to narrow in on that rule to say... Don't shoot your girlfriend in a bathroom in Pretoria?
No.
Because that's well known.
I think we need to be more basic about this.
So don't shoot your girlfriend in a bathroom?
Well, yeah, but I think to be more safe or safer, what we should do is we should
not shoot a lady at all.
Don't have a gun where your ladies are around. just straight up.
No, we are solving world problems.
Straight up.
We need to have a gun to woman ratio applied wherever you live.
Are they women in the vicinity?
Yes.
Is one of those women your girlfriend?
Yes.
Check for a gun.
Why does it...
No, straight away.
And every guy who has a girlfriend must check for a gun.
But why must there just be no guns in the vicinity of our girlfriends? That's kind of like almost a little bit sexist.
Why is that sexist?
Because why is it only why girlfriends?
Because
shouldn't there just be no guns?
No, but didn't I just tell you? All right, James, Mr. Perfect. I'm saying, all right, let's leave the camera on James.
I am
as I run him through this circumstance.
I am perfect.
All right, James. Now, let's say your current lady, you and your current lady, or maybe let's say you and your current lady. Obviously, you get married because she's obviously great. I've worked with you for long enough now. I think you're a great guy. Boom, boom, boom. Let's teleport. Let's time travel in 10 years into the future. Obviously, you guys, once you obviously editing in Hollywood or wherever you're going to leave us for, right? Boom, boom, boom. And your lady's like, this is terrible. I hate the city. Let's move back to the farm, right? Wherever it may be. It might be in America because you're living in California now. She's like, hey, ek is nou, what's farm in Afrikaans? Blaas. Ja, ek soekie blaas. Yeah. She wants to, you know what I mean? James' lady's Afrikaans. James, ons moet na die plaas gaan.
Het ringe die plaas,
She goes, yeah, what's tired again in Afrikaans?
Moeg.
Ek staan moeg van hierdie ligte. Ja, hierdie ligte in die stad. Ja, ons moet nou waai om so nou die plaas bly. Okay. So that's in 10 years time. And then you got to do that, right? And then boom, boom, boom. But James is like, oh, I'm going to do the new modern age thing. I'm going to live 6 months on the farm, but I'm going to do 6 months in Hollywood.
Yes.
So that...
everybody wins.
And then James, it's your 10-year anniversary marriage. You're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm James. And James is this guy, Mr. Vibes. I'm going to surprise my lady. I'll go with... Okay, hopefully Scorsese's still alive then, whoever. Let's just say, now James is like, I'm bringing, I don't know, James Franco and you know, my lady loves James Franco and Scorsese.
I'm James as well.
Yeah, I'm James. I'm the editor. I'm going to surprise her.
James squared.
As you walk in now, Jimbo, you start to hear, I'm not saying your lady would do this, I'm just saying I'm creating a story. Now you start to hear animalistic noises coming from the main bedroom now.
Kalamakati.
You walk in there.
That's what I was calling.
Kalamakati.
That's what I was calling.
You walk in there, boom. Now you got Scorsese going, oh, I could probably make a 3-part thriller out of this and make $1 billion, but that's not the point. There's your wife with, you probably by then, you're best friends with like Seth Rogen or whatever. Your lady, Seth Rogen going at it. I think you can shoot Seth Rogen in that case. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is why I'd say it's more specific to the ladies. Do you understand what I mean? Where dude on dude, I do look at it differently because we're capable of that stuff. I mean, you've been married for 10 years, you've got 2 kids, and you've
You've risked it all. You've bet the house, my man.
And you're on the blast now. You thought she was happy.
That's what I'm saying, because you see,
crime of passion.
Oscar Pistorius
Yeah.
and Tory Lanez probably needed a guy like me to tell them, guys, if your lady's around,
Yeah.
it's a get-free space.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's strapped. Because Tory Lanez probably was like, oh, Oscar, that idiot. He didn't know that, there was going to be a stallion in his life.
Yes.
Like this chick.
Yeah.
Fought off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why you got to make sure. No guns in the vicinity around your... And as you put it nicely, if anybody else's girlfriend is there, your duty
Yes.
is to make sure that, gents, come on.
You know how political parties back in the day, they had like... there's the pretty it's pretty evocative, one boer, one bullet, whatever. Let's change it because I want a more positive one. One girlfriend, one gun search.
Yeah.
Every one of the girlfriend, part of that. Every girlfriend must now come with a she should be carrying a PDF on her phone to say, excuse me, have you searched for a gun? And here are my stipulations.
Actually, I'm going to start doing that because, if your girlfriend's there and mine is not there, and we're all in the same vicinity, I'm going to ask you, yo, boy, you strapped?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to make sure.
So are you saying now you're making it your responsibility to check on James's girlfriend?
No, I'm making it my responsibility that James checks that he's not strapped.
Oh, I see.
Because I don't want him to be in a situation.
Just like we do now, we're asking more men to hold each other accountable. James, that's proper. But James, do you hear what I'm saying about you walking in on your lady, Kalamagati with Seth Rogen? Being kind of valid to shoot him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I just feel like we could make everyone's lives simpler.
Yeah, I think you need to try and turn your mic on there. We're not quite getting you as with that full voice, but
how about now?
Yeah, there we go. There we are.
So I think we should make everyone's lives simpler.
Go ahead.
Right. And hear me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just no guns at all.
No, but that's tough. What about the baddies? They've already got guns.
You know what I mean?
No, but then we just get the big, strong policeman to arrest them and take the guns.
Well, in our country, half the police are the baddies. So what do we do then?
I don't want to make a statement on that.
Okay, no, listen, I'm saying that. But James, that's fine. Let's stay away from no guns at all. Let's deal with what we got.
Right.
Can we just settle this? Let's round it off now. I think Senzo has probably made the best point of all of us. Every guy, if you've got a girlfriend, if you're single and you're out here whiling, you're like Sipo, you're like me, you've got no direction in life anyway, we don't really care what's going to happen to you, right? No, me and Sipo, we out here lost. No, but be honest, James. So let's get a look at James's face. Get a look at James's face. You're a little bit shocked.
What do you mean, no direction?
Listen, a good lady gives you direction in life. Let's be honest.
No, but so that being said, right? Sipo may have direction in his life.
He thinks he does. No.
You have no direction because you're repulsive.
I'm a terrible person, yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm what? What were you going to say?
You're repulsive to women. They can't actually stand you.
Yes. No, but that's a separate issue.
I don't know. There's some women that might like it, so I don't know, man.
But I'm saying these single guys, who cares what happens to us? I'm saying guys like yourselves who've entered the wonderful, the hallowed hall of relationship status. There's no free lunch, chief. Every lady now, ladies, I'm gonna talk to y'all. Let me talk to y'all.
Drop some gems.
Yeah.
Drop some gems.
Make sure that a guy's willing to check for gats. And I think Senzo has nailed it. If you immediately, you need to be. I don't care if you got no money. You be checking for gats.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a get free. You can't be strapped, my man.
That's what I'm saying.
Being strapped.
So can we agree?
Because everybody thinks they have the temperament for a gun until they F up.
Don't have a gun around your girlfriend. And you must check, James, from now on, there's no free lunch. Wherever you go, you must make sure that there's no gun where your lady is.
Look,
now it's Senzo.
No, for sure, dog.
The likelihood of her having a gun before me is much higher.
Oh, yeah. She lives on the farm. Yeah, listen, farm girls as well. Listen, also, like, we got to say this, James, you can confirm or deny. Let me tell you something. Farm girls are very different to city girls. Is like, city girls, like, are very much into, like, being Meg Ryan. Farm girls will elbow you in the throat and also disarm you of your gun and also know how to shoot a pump action gun while you're falling down and crying like a city guy because my hair's out of place. City girls will hit you with the back of a shotgun in the face. The farm girls, they do not care, those ladies.
Do you know what I saw with my girlfriend, why it's a gun-free zone? Why it's a gun-free zone? I saw, in South Africa how we move different, right?
Yes.
We see ADT, they strapped out, their alarms off, people are just coming here strapped. My girlfriend's like, why aren't you panicking? I'm like, how?
No, take a makwi.
Oh, no, yeah. This guy just forgot he tripped up the alarm in his own house.
Yeah.
She was like panicking. I was like, don't worry about it, man. No one getting robbed here.
Yeah, and your lady's from Europe, so they are very, very sensitive. Listen, probably some of the toughest people in this country, South African farm girls, especially the Afrikaans ones.
What?
Yeah.
I don't need your help.
I'm also not looking for that kind of action because
that kind of smoke. No pun intended.
And city guys can't deal with that.
It emasculates them, man.
No, because the farm girls, get out the way, man. You got your, what do you call it when you get your nails done? Your manicure.
Look at your haircut.
You're heterosexual. Move here, man.
You're wearing tackies.
Let me lift this sofa here. You actually an inconvenience. If you like that super city guy, it's an inconvenience to the farm.
Let me open that beer for it.
Aye, man. Yeah. They're not...
And you're just on somehow.
Yeah, bro. Like, this she's such a... I don't know what my space is with her. That's because you're a moron. She doesn't do moron.
She don't need you, man.
Yeah, she'll milk a cow in the morning, make lunch, and also be an accountant at the same time. And you still like, bro, I can't find any direction with my boss.
And handle the briars.
Yeah, and also put the gat in your face if you don't come correct. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. I live in South Africa. I know these farm girls. They are Afrikaans chicks. And James, don't lie, bro. Because you know very well, you're dating one of them. You don't want that kind of trouble with your lady. Be honest. You've kind of... And every now and then, let me tell you something with those farm girls when they come to the city. And correct me if I'm wrong. You're welcome to comment, by the way, on the MKT Show, Cliff Central Sport on YouTube if I'm wrong. When they move to the city, they'll kind of hide it for long enough to try and do the whole farm stall thing. And every now and then, the city guys will approach a farm girl with a little, you know what I mean? That kind of attitude that farm guys have. And then she says, yeah. All right, let me show you your pal. And James, you know what I'm talking about because you strike me as that vibes guy. Every now and then you push your lady till the edge and she has to grip you by the arm and put it behind your back in a full Nelson and about to full Nelson slam you until you say mercy. Be honest. See, James is not saying anything. For those of you listening on the podcast, it's because he knows that if he does say anything, there is a beatdown on its way within the next 2 weeks when she does visit because it's very, very possible that she will get him in an ankle lock. And it's real though. It's, like, Senzo, I'm not lying. Like, a lot of people might think I'm exaggerating. Do not mess with farm girls. Do not, please don't play around there. Come correct.
Better check yourself.
Yeah, you better check yourself. All right. Let's go somewhere where probably manicured people are. It's social media. You know, these, what do they call them? Metros.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm looking forward to? Like, as people get more metro, I'm looking forward to more fights where it's a farm girl just beating up some metro guy. And it's on the way. It's on the way. Yes.
Wait.
And you know what the difference as well? It's a mentality thing. It's not even... Because farm girls are just so tough. And you know how city guys are. It's like, all right, guys, let's just talk it through.
Whoa,
I don't like violence. Oh, is it? What did you call me just now?
And she comes through with that right hook of death, and that guy not that I advocate for violence, but gee whiz, you'll never go out in public ever again if you got. But I also don't want to see that. Do you know why? Some guys will get hooked by a chick, right?
Yeah.
And then.
No. But that's when you get punched by a city chick. Those farm girls punch you. They punch you once, lights out. Trust me. Listen. In high school I learned the difference between farm attitude and city attitude.
Farm guys don't have time for speeches.
Well, let me tell you something, and I lived it. I was at boarding school, came there with my city talk. There was one guy, he never said anything. I'm not going to say his name. Everyone knows him down in the Midlands. One guy, where I just went on just a little too much. And he never talked. He was never a cool guy. He was rugby, good sportsman. The one day he just had enough of me. Like, he's talking now, we're all laughing. Just comes up to me, boom, decks me, I'm lights out. A couple of hours later, I wake up.
What happened?
No, big talk, hey, but listen, watch yourself. No, none of that.
What?
Yeah, lights out. I was lights out.
And I'm sure the teacher must have been like,
No, it was in the boarding house. No. Listen, there's no snitching. No, it was in the boarding house, yeah. In fact, in boarding...
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
No, in boarding, actually what tends to happen, and I've spoken to guys that were head of my house, they let you fight. They don't, like, I know everybody wants to hear that the boarding masters step in. No, they don't.
I think you guys are scared of each other.
No. So they'll watch from the door. We close the door. And even really, most of the time, what we do is the head of house... All right, because we know who the conflicts are.
Yeah.
Close the door. Because the last thing you want, when your head of house, housemaster, has to report something...
It becomes messy, yeah.
And he has to go to the principal.
Yeah.
Because also, you know, our school was only boarding.
100% boarding.
So nothing can happen without the principal finding out. No. So what we always used to do, eventually, and it wasn't special in my year, is what happens is the boarding houses look after themselves. And the serious stuff now, like the serious stuff goes to our housemaster. Otherwise...
if it's argy bargy.
No, and it's all farm boys there, right? Like a lot of the school is made for the Midlands. It's called the farm boys school. Yeah. So the Oaks down there's no... So there's a conflict happening here. What did you do? What did you do? Because they know. Your part? Yeah. And it's also like a bunch of rich kids as well. So I think they kind of like it when the farm boys get stuck into guys. Because it's Joburg kids.
Order. Lord.
And I loved it. And that's Farm Chicks. And that's going to be James soon if he doesn't watch his mouth. So, social media, what do we have, Senzo?
So the first thing I have is a tweet that I saw on United Faithfuls, right? The account United Faithfuls. It says, Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, and other ex-United players aren't board members. But believe me, if they spoke half as much as they did under Mourinho, Solskjaer would have been gone long ago.
Yeah.
But they won't because he's their mate. They put friendship above the club, never forget.
Wowzers.
And I don't know, and you know, Paulo alludes to that all the time, that, you know, if Ferdinand and them, they got all of the job basically.
Yeah.
If Ferdinand and them, you know, had been saying other things like, hey, he's rubbish or whatever, do you think he would have been here for this long? Gary Neville can't say anything because this is a guy you went to war with.
They're besties.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. And Carrick, that's his mate. Fletcher, that's his mate. That's Fergie's son. You know,
exactly.
Fletcher, he can't say anything. So I'm 100% with you, and it puts them. But it also, what they don't understand, and it's why those big channels are losing viewers to the fan channels, right? The fans will tell you what they think.
Because, dog, we don't care about these guys. We don't know these guys.
We care about the club.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does show you there's allegiances.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I mean, what do you care about as a fan? You want to see the best players at your club?
Yeah.
And you want to see trophies. If the share price is going up or down, I couldn't be bothered.
I don't get a penny of that.
Couldn't be bothered. Yo, you guys spent 150 million. It's not my money.
No, football fans care. Ultimately, of course, those conversations around football are becoming more and more interesting. But at the very core of it, I want to win. Don't tell me about City have Grealish on the bench. And get up, woman. You heard James just now saying we're not that club. In reality, James wants to have Jack Grealish on the bench. We all do. It's not just James, it's me, it's whoever supports Arsenal. I want Jack Grealish being rested before the international break with Riyad Mahrez to say, after the break, chaps,
so we'll show you.
We're unleashing. I want
we're
that.
We're throwing the kitchen sink.
So I'm totally with you. And it brings into question Gary Neville's integrity. Is why with Mourinho was he saying something? And now... In fact, Ollie's worse off than Mourinho was. Mourinho won a trophy. Man United fans are not grateful.
The thing is, Mourinho won us 3 trophies.
Man United fans, are you counting the Charity Shield?
I'm doing the Arsenal thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Silverware.
Okay. So what, he won the...
Community Shield.
And the UEFA.
And the League Cup.
And was it not Europa League, eh?
No, he won Europa. And he won...
the League Cup.
Yeah, the League Carabao Cup.
So there we go. Like, Man United fans are so ungrateful. Because...
And since then, we ain't been close to silverware.
Hey, you got semi-finals. How many is Ollie in now? 5.
Oh, we got to a final.
Yeah.
11-10.
5 semi-finals and a final that Ollie's lost.
And nothing to show.
That's awesome. All right, what else we got next?
Yeah,
It's a
because
good point. It's a great point. It's a great point. And Gary Neville and Rio, I love Rio Ferdinand, but Rio, you got to see. You know what? The beauty of Arsenal Fan TV and Mark Goldbridge and these guys, they're consistent.
they're consistent. That's the thing.
They're always on the club side.
And like, you know, for me, it's like, okay, right. And we know Rio Ferdinand's not, he's not stupid. But now you all hush, now we're like, okay.
We see you. All right. It's what happens when you pander to money and instead of being who you are. It's why the fan channels are going to win in the end. I believe digital will win in the end because fans care about their club. And you know what? Paolo always says it, is that you know how you know the fans are doing right. Like if you listen to Arsenal Fan TV, because I love Arsenal Fan TV, mostly for banter for the last 17 years, it's been their club. But now they're saying, oh, Arteta's doing well. Like they're happy to go. Because actually they don't care about Arteta, like you said beautifully. Arsenal's doing well. So of course we'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rio, you must change when Ollie's doing badly and say he's doing badly.
Because I should, I mean, like, okay, I don't know about Ferdinand, like what he grew, but Gary Neville, you should know that I've been here since from the jump.
Yeah.
I've lived it.
Oh man. All right, what else we got?
Yeah, it says, oh yes, breaking. Manchester United have, according to Sky Sports, Manchester United have no plans to replace manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer despite Saturday's defeat in the derby. So, with me, coming back to my point again, you know, for me, the board not saying anything or not talking to anybody, they're not doing Ole any favors.
Yeah.
Because when it becomes ugly properly, they're gonna throw him out like a dog. And look, yes, I admit that he might be out of his depth or whatever, right? He might be out of his depth, but he doesn't deserve to be kicked out like a hound. You know what I mean? Just rip the band-aid off, like what Chelsea did with Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Whilst we forget that he was a legend as a footballer, it's okay if somebody's out their depth.
Is there anything to say, like, who do you get now? Because now, is the payoff of letting Ollie go now? Because it's already unstable with Ollie now. Or I don't know how you feel about it. He goes, it's slightly unstable, and now there's a power grab. Is the 5-6 game unstable?
Using my legacy. No, but do you get what I'm saying?
No, totally.
Like imagine like you're a serious guy, you take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
Like now you get there, now the student teacher now all of a sudden is headmaster on your and you're head boy and he's your headmaster on your.
It's my career. Yeah.
It's your career.
Because also players are getting smarter. Like it's also not just the pressure from Ronaldo. Think Greenwood now. Do you think he doesn't see Phil Foden and the results of being with Pep Guardiola?
He's like, I should be there. You know, this guy's making England squad after England squad and he's starting.
And if you're watching Emile Smith-Rowe, if you're watching who's Bukayo Saka, like, do you think Greenwood's seeing that? He's like, no, wait, man. How come they get to shoot so many times in a game? How come I have to shoot from 30 yards and score crackers every game? These guys are doing this, that, tap-ins, assists. I'm looking at them. And you know, the new ages, they like to look at their numbers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's not just Ronaldo. It's guys going, wait, it's my second season. I'm not developing.
I'm still the same dude I was like last season.
And that's a real thing, right? Is Greenwood will also be looking at it now. And like you said, Bruno and the legacy players, they're going...
Guys, I left Sporting when every Tom, Dick and Harry wanted me.
Yeah.
And I left for this.
So what do you do there? Ollie out now, or do you let him stay until the end of the season and just...
Do you give it an... That's the trade-off. Like, I don't know. Like, who comes interim? Because whoever you're getting now, you're getting interim.
That's what I was asking you. Is the destabilization for the next 5-6 games worth sacking Ollie now? Or do you say, even if we come 6th at the end of the year, let's just do this properly? Because now, like you're saying, is now you've let it get so bad that you actually have to wait till the end of the season and do it properly? Because what do? Get carried till the end of the year?
I don't know, bro.
Goose Hiddink.
I don't know.
Goose is retired now, so he claims, but with the right check.
Or you say to Zidane, listen, we'll give you whatever you want. Because, my main thing is that guys aren't going to play for Oli now. And the thing is, once you hear that these guys are talking in the locker room, you know that
They're leaking it. The players are leaking it through their agents.
You know that now it's
Should we?
it's far gone.
So bad.
To say like, look, listen, this guy's a nice guy. This guy's a nice guy, but I'm not going to trust this guy with my career. You know what I mean?
I think if we've learnt one thing is that you have to be willing to let people go. Don't mess with a farm girl. Don't bring a gun to a farm girl's house and think you're going to shoot her with it. She will shoot you in the face. Probably not, actually. She might just punch you in the face and knock you out. Probably tie you up and leave you in the stables with her horses. That's how. James, your lady got horses on the farm?
No.
Well, what sort of animals they got out there? Because it's very hot.
There's some sheepses.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Impala. I think.
Yeah, she might
it's
turn you
Impala.
into food for the deer if you don't come correct. Maybe because they probably got all of the buck and the stuff for like biltong or whatever in hunting season. Do they have hunters come on their farm, or what kind of farm is it?
I don't think so. I think it's just a plot that they live on, and
There's all this game.
there's like guys that look after the animals and the farm and stuff, and then
But you said sheep. Is that all?
yeah, and the Impala, and it's not really much of an impact, but there's little bunny rabbits.
Yeah, they probably get eaten by the snakes, I'd imagine. I'm sure your lady's told you there must be so many snakes there.
Yeah, I think she avoids telling me.
Oh, you scared of snakes?
Yeah, yes.
No, I just don't like them.
What a scaredy cat.
I'm
See,
actually scared of spiders.
see that his lady is now going, I now have to protect my boyfriend. I can't even go.
No, but she's well aware of it. She knows.
And she probably wants to do that whole marshmallow thing outside at night.
And James is like,
Hey
nah.
guys, we live in 2021. I can be as sensitive as I want.
Yeah,
That's okay, but you're not getting the gist of the conversation. What MKT is trying to say. Farm girls move differently.
Yeah.
They move differently.
and she's probably out and does she have those what do you got, the gumboots in the morning just so on the slush? She's probably out there go milk the cow. James goes, I'm just looking for my wool socks.
She's
out here barefoot, actually.
She's probably got that knife, just for for in case
someone doesn't
somebody doesn't come correct, moves shaky. You know what I mean?
And does she carry the snake like the catching thing, or I forget what it's called? They're like there's that rod. You know how they?
Yeah,
She probably has that as well. Is James's girlfriend like the female version of Indiana Jones? I don't know what that would be. Marika Jones. Oh, imagine Marika Jones.
Listen, does your girl move like Lara Croft?
Yes.
Because if she moves like Lara Croft, then you should be scared.
Oh, a combination of Leva Hexy, Lara Croft, and Indiana Jones. James's
it's
lady.
late, bro.
There's James going, Scotty, where did you put the marshmallows? Oh, she goes, oh bloody hell, this guy.
I'm sure when you got to what did she think of your incident of your car not starting? Because your girlfriend strikes me as the type that if there's a tire, she'll tell you to step aside.
She would have punched the battery and charged it like that. Said, hey, Khan Yam.
Switch off the radio. Let me show her this thing is done. James, just watch it.
Bring the defibrillating side. Hey, bring me the size 6. She would have said, do you have a size 6?
Do you have a shifting?
Yeah. James's lady might be Lara Croft. It's a real thing. Lucky is handsome, and she's willing to hang around. He is very handsome and a nice guy. So those are two good traits. The MKT Show is back on the other side. Welcome to a show where your girlfriend would be safe because we would hold ourselves accountable. We'd check for guns. We would check for guns. And also James is too scared to go outside at night. His lady, obviously, she's got a gun. She's probably got, that knife? A pocket knife. What kind of knife would it be?
I don't know, bro.
It wouldn't be a pocket knife. It would be one of those ones with the blade. Could probably slit your throat. She lives on a farm. You got to keep your head on a swivel out there. But James will be protected by his lady. So smart call to be dating somebody who is basically Lara Croft mixed with Leva Hexy, mixed with probably Liam Neeson from Taken.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Special skills. You seen Taken? I think slightly overrated.
Actually, wait, hold on. James, I bet your future father-in-law is like Liam Neeson in Taken.
Is he?
Ha! I'll find you.
James.
What does someone have to be like Liam Neeson?
Just
You have not seen Taken.
Yeah,
I
like
have,
Is he?
but I
But
just
does he?
mean-
He's like. He's probably the guy where first time you met him, what were your impressions? You thought, oh bloody hell, there's a good chance I'm dying if I make one mistake, if I don't drop his daughter off at 5 to 8 and not 8 o'clock kind of thing.
Do not scares me, actually.
He's nothing like that. You guys have it all wrong.
What is he? The nicest guy in the world?
The nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
but so was Liam Neeson in that movie. You clearly haven't seen Taken.
You see, it's like my girlfriend's dad. For me, gent, like he's a very nice guy and whatever, and like tall dude. And I've never seen that guy angry. That guy's always same mood. I'm like, the day this guy gets pissed off, like because it's good 6 foot, you can see that
Yes.
in a fight maybe he can hold his own.
Yeah.
You can see that.
No, but listen, newsflash for every guy in the world, for anyone with a daughter, the father hates you.
Straight away.
Because he knows you're holding hands with her when he's not around. Like, what do you think? He wasn't 21, 25,
Straight away,
30?
and then,
He knows you
he's
guys
like,
are holding hands.
Yeah, I'll be like, listen, I'll be nice to this little shit.
Now.
For the sake of my daughter, but
Yeah.
you must understand, he must come correct. And just
No.
because I'm nice to you.
No, but like James, obviously you're a good Christian boy, but the father knows you're holding hands with his daughter as well. Like, sorry, do you think in fact, it's every dad's job to hate the boyfriend because you're on probation right now. I don't raise this beautiful thing for you to now come with your nonsense. That's not.
Wait. So why is this a whole thing? Like I've already come with my nonsense. and
No,
you guys-
no.
Dude,
You see, it's because what I'm saying is every father, no matter what you do, James, it's kind of like the military. Nothing you ever do until the day you put a ring on it is good enough.
know.
Oh no, I'm well aware.
How do you know? Did he tell you? Did he send you a spreadsheet and say, James, good guy, but here are the 18 areas you could work on? Or
It had a graph, a bar graph, and it was basically rating my survival. It was survival, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
But how do you know? How do you know that? How are you well aware that the father, you're still on probation? Does he every now and say like a few things like, yeah, well, her previous boyfriend would guard at night, kind of thing, and on the farm or whatever.
Not at all. I just it's a thing for dads to be overprotective.
And they're right.
No,
they're
but
right
like-
because most guys, luckily, both of you guys are actually relatively speaking decent people. But most guys are up to tomfoolery between the ages of 25 and 35, right? Like, guys are just, most of the blood is downstairs. And, like, fathers know that. Like this idea that you think dads are like, yo, let's have a beer. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I also see it, like, do you know, I would say I have a decent relationship with both my dad's girlfriend and her brother. And her brother's also, like, younger than me. Like,
Yeah.
10 years difference. But the guy's, like, F off tall. Like,
Yeah.
And both of them were, like, F off tall. So I'm just like, these guys really wanted to. Because younger brothers, when you date their sisters, they got a chip on their shoulder.
Any brother. If they're close, any brother.
Yeah,
Like,
chip on their shoulder.
but the dad is the one, he hates you.
Straight away. And I'm under no illusions.
And for ladies, I just want to tell you as well.
Mother.
The mother hates you.
And the sister as well.
And everything you cook, every time you come to the house, you're moving stuff in the kitchen.
You're not good enough.
They're judging every little thing about you. And they will tell him. They, like, the moms will say, oh,
That's why you have
why
shows
can't
like,
she cook?
That's why you have shows like Umamazal.
Okay, here we go. Sensor's
Is it
now
one of
breaking.
those again?
All right, now, Umamazala, please tell us everything about what you're talking about.
So Umamazala means mother-in-law.
Mm.
So what happens is there's this show on one of the channels on a very big network
Yeah.
that we watch here in South Africa.
Yes.
It's when, let's say, my wife
Yeah.
doesn't get along with my mother.
So the wife doesn't get along with the mother-in-law. Your mother, yeah.
Electric.
So what happens now? Take me through everything.
So now it's out of your hands now because you've tried to be the mediator of the situation.
Okay.
But you love both of them.
I got
but
you.
you're tired of being referee.
Yeah.
You call other people to step in.
And so now, what do? Do they force the mother and the daughter to be in
air
your
out.
house, her house?
Well, I don't know, but they force each other to air out.
And how does the show go? Does
it's
it ever get?
electrifying.
Does it ever get nasty?
It's electrifying. And do you know, especially, right? Especially with, I don't know, in African culture, the mother-in-law sometimes will come live with the son in his house.
Oh yes.
So now it's an unstoppable force, an immovable object.
Yes.
And both of them come cry to you. And and you as a gent in that situation, you're doomed. You're between a rock and a hard place.
Because, and people are romantics. Like, I'm real with it. I've just seen too much in this world. Your girlfriend's goal is to take you away from your mother. Your mother's goal is to keep you away from your girlfriend. Like, that's just what it is. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know what it is.
And both of them are trying to steer you into the direction that they're trying to make you into the man that they want.
At all times. At all times. And that show sounds unbelievable.
It's electric.
Jimbo, any of your ex-girlfriends where you could kind of feel what I'm saying, or maybe I'm talking nonsense, but so obviously your current lady's perfect, so luckily that's going great. But let's just say 2 girlfriends ago, because we obviously hate her for whatever reason, she left. But you ever felt that tension? And it's natural. But you ever had that time when your mom goes, James, what are we doing? Like, come on, man. That ever happened? Yeah, it has happened. See,
Really, to a high degree.
oh, so you get some strong feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to say much.
no, you can't say it now. But I mean, it's 2 girlfriends ago anyway. She was terrible. Whatever. Good thing you moved on to the current lady. I'm so happy that it's going well now, and your mom and your current girlfriend get along like a house on fire. That's fantastic news. But hey, James, am I right or am I right? At least you got to say I'm right on this one, to say both ladies, and it's not your mom's fault. It's got to be a genetic driver, because she's like, hey, that thing lived inside of me for 9 months rent free and shared food with me for 9 months. You better believe I'm going to protect him until I'm dead. You are never going to be good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, yes and no.
Go ahead.
Because I do hear what you're saying, and I know moms are overprotective, and it's like motherly instincts, and that's my child, 9 months rent free, that whole thing. But I I think there's rare cases where that's not like a thing, like where the mom isn't super like, you better not hurt him or I'll cut you.
No, but I think moms are too smart to move like that. They'll say little things every now and then. I remember, like every now and then, like, oh, okay, is that how she does it, or whatever? You know what I mean? They're not gonna go for the kill immediately. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. Like, oh, interesting. You put pepper in there, but little things, and they're like, okay, is that how she makes the bed? You know, and so the cow's just. You know, since some visits.
So she adds salt to her spaghetti.
Yeah, or like, okay, yeah, there was just, you know, geez, thanks for having me, guys. Quite a bit of dust in the bathroom, but yeah, just those things to let your lady know that, you know, if you're gonna marry this guy, you need to.
All of this being said, and I know what you're gonna say after this, but my mom is honestly the most like laid back, chill person in the world. Like I'll know if she doesn't like someone in my life.
Yeah.
Instantly. But like if she does like them, then it's like you guys like at first impression, if she likes them, you guys do you.
You do your thing, huh?
Yeah.
And you know who the real victim is there? Your stepdad, because she is going home and giving him the full dossier. Like everything that because like moms also want to protect you. She's going back to James's stepdad.
Sorry for the children in the back, who may have asked or may not have asked. Dossier, not me. It's for other people.
So you're asking what a dossier is?
I'm not.
It's like a full report, like a full file. Yeah. So she's going back.
Senzo's Sipo's all caught up.
All caught up, yeah, because you already knew what it was. But she's definitely going back to his stepdad and going, right.
Just spilling the tea.
Let me tell you all of the things.
Giving him the tea, bro.
Yeah, she's going back and going, you won't believe.
Yeah, because, do you know, bro.
And it's not her fault.
Yeah, no, your mom and dad, bro, they gossip, bro.
Of course, she's going back. He goes, you can't believe that. And you should have seen the kitchen. The kitchen.
Time your dad is laughing.
No, because he knows. He's like, yeah, who's really? Because also that you know what?
She seems like a nice girl.
Yeah, he has to pretend like he's not finding it hysterical.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be serious. That time.
Like, that's terrible.
That time he's got a rice mouth.
Oh no, really? Meantime, he's thinking, why are you getting so worked up about this? But hey, moms are going to be moms. Without them, I'm not sure what we'd be. Let me tell you somebody who looks like who's going to work with their mummy being dropped off. So Newcastle, huh? The richest club probably ever.
Yeah, it's that paper long, as they say.
The richest club ever have decided to hire Eddie Howe as their manager. And people are saying, how? And also, black people are saying, how? There he is.
That's awesome.
That is PR Football. I mean, Bleacher Report are fantastic. Newcastle confirmed Eddie Couch.
They're good at the graphics.
Eddie Howe is their new coach. He's lying on money like Scrooge McDuck vibes, lots of dollars.
700 how many billion reasons why?
Yeah, 700 billion of this fund.
I don't know if I want that kind of pressure.
And it's good that you say that, right?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know, because these guys are just going to say, just tell me how much it will cost. And that time you could rattle off any number. But just know that once you've rattled off that number, you better come correct.
Friend of mine, Shimi Murukure, always says to me, it doesn't matter the amount. 10 Rand is still 10 Rand. I don't care how rich anybody is. To those rich guys, 10 Rand is still 10 Rand. Let me quickly tell you my take here on Eddie Howe. A simple truth is this, right? We all are who we are. And there are two different types of people I've encountered in life. And I like that I went to boarding school in the end. I really, really like it, because you get to see everybody away from mommy and daddy, and out there, you don't have to pretend that you're something that you're not. Your true personality shines through, because I see you at 4 a.m, I see you at 5 a.m, I see you in military type of conditions, because it's guys playing loud music, and you may not be used to that at home, is you are constantly rattled in boarding school. And that brings to the surface one's character, right? And some people in life just need to be coddled. They just do. I've seen it with my own eyes, and some people don't. And most of us want to be coddled, and some people can emerge from that. Very, very few can get away from being coddled. But we are who we are, folks. And I saw it in boarding school. And with Eddie Howe, I saw it with him as well. What you must remember about Eddie Howe is he was a Bournemouth player, right? Then he was a Bournemouth manager. Then he went to Burnley for 2 seasons. And that was like, ugh, that ain't going to work. Came back to Bournemouth, and obviously they had that miraculous rise with the Russian money. People keep saying he's boy genius, but he had the richest owner both in League One and the Championship. So please, let's slow down on the boy genius. He wasn't Pep Guardiola. He had all of the money that you could hope for in the Championship before the financial fair play came, by the way. That's how Bournemouth skyrocketed, right? So when he left for Burnley, he was uncomfortable, and what did he do immediately? He ran home. Some people just need to be coddled. And folks, what it tells me, and we saw how they got relegated. If there's one thing that Eddie Howe has shown you, he doesn't like change. Burnley got a bit uncomfortable. He ran, and where did he run? He ran home, right? And then when Bournemouth were under pressure in terms of relegation, he refused to change. This is a man who doesn't deal well with change. And if you don't think, as Senzo just said, that Newcastle are going to say how much, and with that how much, folks, there's a language in the corporate world. They call it money, right? And how much they give you, and they don't tell you this. It's in the T's and C's. How much they give you is how high the expectation is. Now, they don't tell you. They never ever say, oh, your bonus is coming with expectations. They just say, hey, we've had a great year. Have this. You know what they expect next year? They expect you to double the money. But they don't tell you that. If you work in the corporate world, you know what I'm talking about. Say, hey, Richie, we had a great year this year. By around the 1st of February, you've got the new sheets for next year and the expectations. And it just so happens that they've added, let's say you made $1 million, you got to make $3 million the next year. Oh, how? What do you mean?
We showed you what we think of you.
Nobody in the corporate world has ever said, let's make less money next year. And if Eddie Howe thinks he's going to come here and have it at Bournemouth...
He's got another thing.
Where you relaxed. And, I mean, we saw when they were getting relegated, we saw it from about 10 games into the season.
Ask him in Eddie Howe now. Come January and it's not nice.
Yeah.
In fact, not even January, because they'll give you something in January to say, no, listen. When it's March now.
Yeah.
7 games, now you have to save people. You're 18th, 19th, hovering with Norwich in them. They'll go, Eddie Howe now.
Are they going to get relegated?
I think it's too much firepower. Newcastle have too much money.
Oh, so how strong do you think they'll come in January?
Mate, if we're 19th now, trust me, it's going to be blank check central. If Newcastle call you, there are men that are going to bite. There are men that are going to bite. You know what, guys? If you're stupid to think that one blockbuster star is not going to join Newcastle. Some people are looking at retirement. You tell me Eden Hazard is saying, yo, here I'm being iced out.
Yeah.
And they love me in England.
Yeah. Plus, it's party time up there. You can see he doesn't care about football anymore.
But also,
Gareth Bale?
They give you blank. Yeah.
So sorry, can I just say something?
No, don't be sorry.
Go ahead.
Don't be sorry, please.
So with the whole Newcastle thing and attracting superstars and whatever, that's exactly the issue at Newcastle. Like, you're not gonna immediately, no matter how much money you have, you're not gonna immediately attract Kylian Mbappe. The top stars.
Well.
That's understandable.
Because nobody wants to be the first guy.
No, that's what you think.
But someone will bite.
Let me tell you something. The best way to judge the future is how, James?
From the past.
Guy called Robinho.
Nailed it.
Right? Guy called Robinho. You have nailed it. Guy called Robinho was at Real Madrid. He was the star player at Real Madrid.
Number 10.
I'm talking about Luis Figo, Zinedine Zidane, Roberto Carlos. He was the star player. They said, oh my God, who's this guy? And, by the way, Robinho had come from Santos, so it wasn't like he wasn't used to being the G at a big club.
If you get co-signed by Pele, trust me.
So now, Robinho said, that much money? The legend goes he went to the wrong Manchester. But
yeah, because apparently he got there. So his agent if this is true, his agent is a scumbag. Yeah. Because he says, his agent told him, you're going to Manchester, all that. Hey, he saw the zeros, he said, okay, cool, let's do it. Pounds, come on, man. They're most to feed at home in Brazil, don't worry. Says he got there and he's like, why is everything blue?
Yeah. So it's a possibility. So, Jimbo, it could happen. I mean...
And also, he got promised a lot because they were like, we'll even bring Kaká and we'll pay Kaká £500,000 a week.
Yeah, I remember Kaká rejected the move.
Yeah,
Real Madrid accepted the money.
AC Milan, yeah.
Oh, was he at AC Milan? Yeah.
They're like, he was like, what am I going to do there?
I don't know.
What? So you thinking what? Guys won't go.
I think it'll be a while before anyone does.
James.
I don't think anybody wants to be the first guy.
James, nobody wants to be the
But
first
what
guy.
about Man City? You're forgetting Man City got Robinho as like the first signing.
It happened at PSG as well.
And by the way, sorry, you might be thinking, oh, Man City were winning back then. Man City were 2 seasons out from relegation, having been in the
they
3
were.
seasons, I think, 3 seasons
Yeah.
out from having been in the championship. So it wasn't like Man City. Maybe you're thinking of Man City now, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, let me put in some context for you. Imagine, let's say, Middlesbrough get promoted next season, right? And the next season, they went and got Neymar. That's what happened with Man City. Because I see how you're thinking about it. You're thinking, so you don't think Gareth Bale, if you offered him $1 million, like $500,000 a year, would go to Newcastle?
$500,000 a week.
No,
a week.
So obviously there will be those guys, but
Yeah.
nobody wants to be the first guy that shows up then. Now I must play with Saint-Maximin on the wing
James.
instead of.
Although he's not bad, James.
James, at the end of the day, you forget.
Did you see him wearing a Gucci headband the other day?
I did.
My
it was
man.
dope. It was dope.
That was so, James, see if you can find the photo because
That's vibes.
that guy is,
That's fine.
he is, and he's also like that guy, eh? He's also got that West African thing.
Oh, trust me. I don't think it's, even if they link Neymar to Newcastle, I don't think it's far-fetched.
Well, they're the richest sports organization. You know what? They are richer probably in reality than the whole league combined in terms of owners.
Bro, James, you forget there was this guy called Carlos Tevez, right?
Galitos.
He had played in Manchester. Played with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Won leagues with Ronaldo.
Yes.
Won Champions Leagues.
Yes. Well, one, I mean.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
got coached by who? Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yes.
Then there's a club from China called Shanghai Shenhua.
Yes.
They said, what do you think of 600,000 reasons a week?
Yes.
He said, what? England what?
Listen, Carrasco. So
Yeah, like Carrasco.
We don't even need to go that far back. Carrasco would move to Newcastle tomorrow.
Oscar. Played for Chelsea.
And he listed like 26.
He said, gents, it's job, I think.
Hulk.
A job is a job. Trust me. So, that's what I'm saying. One big star is going to bite. Do you think if they ice out, if Hazard is busy getting iced out at Madrid the way he is, he's like, well, Ancelotti doesn't want me. I'm low in the pecking order.
Yes.
They love me in England.
Okay, let's see. Who's troubled stars? Hazard is one of them.
Gareth Bale.
Bale is the other.
Neymar. Like, I put Neymar on asterisks.
Hey, what about this one? Right? Everyone's just thinking it would be impossible. What about Kylian Mbappe? Because the one thing about Mbappe, right, is he's probably sick and tired of being promised that it's going to be your team one day. Then they brought Neymar. Okay, wait, like, now you bought Leo Messi for another 2 seasons. Come on. Listen, football is, like you said, it job. And he's free in the off-season. So there's no payment of any money. James, what would you give? Oh my God. What do you think of Kylian Mbappe right now as a player, James?
I think he's probably one of the best in the world.
What happens if he goes to Newcastle? Your thoughts on him then?
You see, that's my thing. Kylian Mbappe doesn't, as much as he wants to be the guy, he doesn't want to go from PSG to playing with Messi, Di Maria, Neymar, all of that, to playing with Saint-Maximin and like those homies.
What about £1 million a week? Have you thought of that? Like,
No, so also that's also what I said. Like, obviously there are gonna be the players. Everyone has a price.
Sure.
Right? Everyone does. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be a minute until Newcastle are Newcastle.
That's
Money
okay.
does strange things to people.
What about Hazard? Hazard's the guy, right?
Hazard
Come
can.
and rebuild yourself.
Yeah, come back to where they love you.
Yeah, Bale.
Bale,
Yeah. Plus, there's probably nice golf courses up north.
It's close to
It's close to
Wales.
Scotland. He can play golf.
Yeah, close to Wales, Scotland.
So Gareth Bale,
Usman Dembele, you put him down now.
Dembele.
Coutinho they could also tempt him.
They could get him in January because
They could tempt him. There are lots of people like, for some guys, James, right? For very few, like for Messi, for Ronaldo, it's not about the money.
yeah, no, it's about legacy.
Yeah, their legacy, they're like, dog, what am I going to go do playing in China? Because they offered Ronaldo.
Yes.
They said, yeah, we'll give you £2 million a week to come play in China. He's like, what am I going to do in China?
No, there are very few legacy players, right? Like Steven Gerrard, you might never see Steven Gerrard again. Gerrard, we know at that time. He goes to Chelsea. That Chelsea thing, maybe he runs for another 5-6 years. Because you add him to Ballack and now you're adding him to Lampard.
Because I know, because he's even said to himself that, listen, I was 5-2 Chelsea.
No, they were burning his shirt.
5-2.
I mean, the gangsters pitched at his house to say,
Chief, what are you doing?
you know what I'm saying? Those are, but that's very rare.
These days, it's
Listen, Leo Messi left Barcelona.
yeah, but Barcelona can't rub 2 pennies together. Messi was also like, listen, as much as I love you guys.
I'm not playing for free.
Did you hear him say it?
Yeah,
He's like,
I mean-
he's like, come on, guys. It's free.
Come
What
on,
do you think?
Come on, dog. I'm already short. Not like
I'm
that.
already short. You're already took off.
Yeah, come on, dog.
You already took off, Chief.
He probably gave Laporte a call. Say, come on, dog.
He said, listen. He even said to himself, he said, listen, I love Barca.
Yeah.
But for free, guys.
Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
Yeah, no. I'm not that.
Bump it up a little bit.
Yeah,
I already did you a favor. I said 30, and then you said, okay, guys, I'm short half. Okay, I said, okay, half.
Yeah. And then you don't do me like this.
Don't do me dirty.
So I'm totally with you. The legacy players are very rare. So Hazard, Neymar, Mbappe, Dembele. What are we thinking about Inaki Williams? Now, he's obviously signed that new deal, and I don't think the La Liga will want to lose him. But and also,
I want to throw it out there. I'm going to be very, very, very outrageous, and I want to sound like a lunatic.
Erling Haaland.
No, Paul Pogba. Put him down.
He's perfect.
Put him down.
Oh my God! Listen, I've been to Newcastle. That is vibe central.
Put him down.
Pogba. Eh?
Because
No, that's not stupid. That'll work. Oh, and think how much they'll love it. Stavely, she'll love old Mino.
Also the bus is a bit too full at PSG, you know.
Yeah,
We've already got a thing with Neymar. We're trying to keep Kylian, you know. We don't need your like here.
Yeah, and Paredes.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Icardi here. Like, bro, come on, please.
Yeah.
We've got enough problems. Sergio Ramos he doesn't want to come to training.
No.
And because he's got more World Cups than all of these guys combined.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So now, because that is a little bit of a situation, Paul Pogba, and he's bursting to get out, and he's bursting to have his own team, because he's a guy who wants to be coddled. Think of the statue they'll build of him immediately as he arrives there.
Because did not happen at United. Pogba was the darling, then number 7 said, hold my beer. Said, I'm back.
Yeah.
And people forgot quickly about Pogba.
So Paul Pogba, hey? Inaki Williams, I'm taking him off the list. Atletico Bilbao have sold 3 players in, 20 years, I think.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you know, now we see that, you know, this thing of romance and everything, guys, players are loyal to themselves. If you're not going to bump their cheese up,
Yeah.
be winning stuff.
And rightfully so. I mean, your career's so short. What do we think about Erling Braut Haaland? Because he's already shown me tendencies that he will do anything. I mean, he left... Red Bull?
Yeah.
He left Leipzig in 1 season.
Yeah.
So he will move.
Hey, but there you must be bumping the cheese up
Now,
like... Aish!
As we speak of
Gucci
just
Saint-Maximin
vibes, there
back.
is my man, Alain Saint-Maximin. It's not the one he was wearing the other day, but Gucci Saint-Maximin back. He is an incredible human being, this guy. So that's the
Imagine
white
him
and black
Pogba
one.
in one team.
No, but did you see him wearing the leather one? The ledger, it wasn't Gucci. The one he was wearing the other day was the Louis Vuitton.
LV.
So the reason why he's been so cautious, right? He was in France, right?
Yes, yeah.
Newcastle
No,
was
some
in
stuff
France.
happened. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Yeah, explain the story.
So the sort of rules there are a lot more.
No, he was in
like
Italy. He was in Italy.
Italy, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've seen Neymar in France wear the I think it was a Red Bull Nike headband. With him, you've seen him wear his Gucci stuff. With the Premier League, they're very uptight about what you can and can't show, and he actually had to put on the front of this headband it says Gucci, but he had to put a sticker over it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
To hide it because it's the Premier League.
Yeah, but besides that as well, James, I mean, if you're not wearing like Gucci boots and you're sponsored by like Gucci, then it ain't gonna fly.
Do you remember when Lord Bentner, he was wearing the Paddy Power underwear and he got, was it a £50,000 fine or something like that? So the Premier League ain't playing about. They're not doing, whatever you're doing you're part of a product here, pal.
Dele Ali.
Dele Alli, would he not be perfect? He looks like a street child. Go up north,
How about a Gucci gang, boy?
live on the water.
But imagine Neymar, Pogba, and Saint-Maximin on one team.
That'll be sick.
I'm for it.
That'll be Saint-Maximin, Pogba, and Neymar. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. We need it for the content. That needs to be all or nothing.
Let's see Eddie Howe. Let's see Eddie Howe now.
Eddie Howe, no? Oh, you've nailed it. Those three, imagine all or nothing next season. Next season has to be Newcastle regardless.
Honestly.
Right? It has to be. It has to. No matter what they do, can you imagine the conversations happening in that dressing room right now? I want to see how it ended with Steve Bruce. Like, I can't wait for that documentary. There must be cameras backstage, hey? I want to see it. I want to see.
And for me, guys, Eddie Howe can finish 10th, 11th. Best believe, Eddie Howe beginning of next season is gone. He's just there to
Stabilize.
Yeah, just to feel the temperature, to see what we can get. Just to,
Right back, left back, Serginho Dest. Someone, man. Who's the Brighton guy? Former Chelsea guy. Black guy, short guy. Dinklage, but black.
I know which guy.
Powerful guy. No, Nathan Redmond's not the guy. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And he's electric. Google the Brighton right back there for me, James, as we go out. That guy's explosive. He in fact, he put through the through ball that nearly won the game against Liverpool.
I've seen this happen.
Tariq Lamptey.
Do you know what's gonna happen?
Lamptey, that's the dude's
You know
name.
what's gonna happen? It's gonna be okay. Eddie Howe, hold it for us. Let's see how you do under pressure. Get us out of this relegation situation.
Yeah.
Oh, Manuel Pellegrini. Let's fetch him.
He's the guy, and he's doing, what's he doing now? He's in La Liga, eh? I saw him the other day. He looks trim. The guy works out.
Let's go fetch him. Then that's when the real gun show starts.
Says, question, did James steal your teddy bear when you were a child? Now, who's that directed at, James, do you think? James, I'm not sure who you think that question's directed at. Can't really hear you at the moment.
Oh, that's good because I was just making a weird noise.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering. You know the noise you make when you wonder? Yeah, I was doing that. Did James steal your teddy bear when you were a child?
You think it's me?
I think so.
Because I'm bullying you or what?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that.
James, just don't shoot your girlfriend in a car, dude. Like, why is that bully? All I've asked you to do today is not to shoot your girlfriend in a car.
Do I look like... I'm not going to ask that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad.
We should just end the show.
Yeah, I'm glad. Senzo, good stuff today.
Ah, man. It's on you, man.
And by the way, bro, I think solid. So, a good question, but it's solid to say every guy must check if it is a gat-free zone. I think that's wise advice from you, dude. Thank you for bringing that into our space today.
Whether it falls on deaf ears, you'll see, but...
No, well, hopefully it doesn't. I don't want James shooting his girlfriend in a car, but he probably won't, because James is scared of spiders, so his lady will probably just bring a pet spider in her bag, and if he does have a go.
In the comments said, I don't think Mbulelo ever had a teddy bear.
Yeah, you get pit bulls that eat other pit bulls for breakfast, dude.
It's because you're repulsive and no one likes you.
No, bro, I like him the way he is. Don't change him. Why don't you change him?
It's part of a joke we have.
No, I know that. You continue to be repulsive. Because you being repulsive makes us create the best sports show in the world.
But James, also you're thinking no woman will, because I'm repulsive to women, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you see him with ScarJo. Ha! Then shut down. Hey, but if you end up with a girl that is like ScarJo, we'll never hear the end of it. It's gonna say, yeah, I told you guys.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible at this stage. A massive movie house is following me on social media.
You see?
So I don't want to say it's impossible that Scarlett Johansson goes, hey, who's that guy? He's moving the needle. Yeah, all right. The haters gonna hate. I've got so many haters. You think your friends
if you love you, they love you till they hate you,
What is the old adage? You either live long enough to be a hero,
or see yourself become a villain.
well, yeah, I think it's the other way.
Yeah,
I got it
whatever.
wrong. You got it right. All right. Well, from Hater Central, a place where I thought maybe people would support me, but who cares, actually? I don't even care that these guys hate me because a massive movie house is backing me by following me on Twitter. It's a very, very real thing. And there's nothing anyone can do about that. There's nothing you can do about the fact that these guys are following me. Ladies and gentlemen, from me and the boys and the MKT Show, for now, we are the hell out of here.